So guys, only 2 videos today. This will be the second and the last one. I want to get to bed. Plus there's not much news. Well, that's it. I find interesting anyway. So let's jump into this. One arrest after protesters clash with cops at far-right event. So yes, Lauren Southern did have her talk last night in Melbourne. We do have some footage of what happened on the inside. We do have some footage of what happened on the outside. And it was pretty much a shit show as we expected it was going to be with Antifa and whatnot. But let's jump into the story. Victorian police say they are disappointed after protesters clashed with riot and mounted police outside Melbourne venue hosting far-right Canadian provocateur Lauren Southern. More than 100 protesters blocked the Hume Highway outside Southern's La Mirage reception and convention ahead of Miss Southern Friday night event. At one point, the group rushed at the bus filled with attendees, slapping it and chanting, "Surround the Nazi bus," while being mooned by one man on the inside of it. That's actually kind of funny, actually. Inside Miss Southern's speech was interrupted by protesters, 4 that I've got, and we do have video of that we'll play in a sec, with banners and chanting "Racism off our streets," according to whistleblowers, activists and Citizen Alliance group. We do have the video of them being arrested, and we will play it for you right now.
I love Muslims! Free Muslims!
There's another one. Where's the other one? Where's the other one?
Wait, so how many refugees coming in?
You're wasting that green green. Oh yeah.
Very fun.
This is awesome.
All right, is that all? Any more ticket sales from Antifa?
Thank you for the money. Thank you for the money.
So yeah, you get the idea. Look, like Lauren says in the video, you've paid tickets to attend her event. Thanks for the money. You just got escorted out. Whoop-de-doo. You really did a lot, but let's keep going. The young provocateur is known for her controversial views on multiculturalism, Islam and feminism, and was banned in March from entering the UK. The campaign against racism and fascism says Southern is a notorious racist and Islamophobe, which is funny because she dated a black guy when she was younger. Anyway, she is known for her involvement in the racist attempts to obstruct NGO search and rescue boats. You mean boats that profit off child trafficking and by trafficking in general, trying to help shipwreck migrants in the Mediterranean Sea. You mean the shipwreck migrants that literally go out to meet the NGO boats. Those ones, right? The group said in a Facebook statement. Back outside, right-wing activist Neil Hexam, I don't know who that is, I probably should look into him, filmed protesters before being hurled away from police. He and 2 other men are charged with affray and riot over the incident outside an event by controversial commentator Milo Yiannopoulos last year. On Friday night, anti-Southern protesters blocked the Hume Highway and police attempted to subdue them with pepper spray before surrounding the group against a fence. Victorian police have reportedly charged Miss Southern more than $67,000 for their presence at the event. The actions put their lives of the public and the lives of police officers at risk, Commander Tim Hudson said. The safety of our community is our main concern, and our officers could have used more effectively across Melbourne on a Friday night. This is disappointing that we have to use significant resources to mediate between two groups with opposing views. On an update regarding that, Lauren Southern's management team have said they are not paying the $70,000 bill, and to be honest, I don't think they should have to either. So look, at the end of the day, we do have some footage. Actually, we'll just play this video here and give you an idea, then we'll do the wrap up. So yeah.
Hundreds of angry protesters have clashed with riot police and roads were closed in Melbourne in a demonstration against far-right Speaker Lauren Southern. Live now to our reporter Heidi Murphy in Melbourne. Heidi, these were pretty wild scenes and a huge job for police.
It certainly was, Jane, and wild scenes indeed. In fact, this took until 10 o'clock last night for the protesters to be dispersed. There were running battles between police and the protesters. Protesters from the anti-racism group trying to stop audience members from getting into this reception venue here. Police trying to keep them back for the sake of some safety. Let's have a listen to some of those clashes here. The protesters weren't taking no for an answer, though. They repeatedly surrounded buses, trying to bring audience members into the area, pounding on the sides of those buses, trying to block them, claiming they were being run over. Let's have a listen to some of that. There was a huge police presence here. The dog squad was here, riot squad was here, mounted branch was here, the air wing was up in the air. Massive police resources. They say they are sending a bill for around $70,000 to Lauren Southern's management. Her management's already said she won't be paying for that, though. Police incredibly frustrated at their big use of resources here last night. They say they could have been put to more effective use elsewhere in Melbourne on a Friday night.
Now, guys, we do also have some recordings from outside of the venue, so we'll play those for you now, and then we'll do the wrap up.
They can't fucking move! Get those animals off those horses! 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 Off those horses! Get those animals off those horses!
Okay, so you get the idea from today there. Look, obviously they're going to be left-wing, they're going to be biased, but, you know, at the end of the day, it could have been worse. There could have been a lot more arrests, but yeah, at the end of the day, I like the fact that they're not actually going through and labelling Antifa. That is funny, I suppose, in a way. They're just saying they're far left. Yeah, okay. But look, at the end of the day, what's my view on all of this? I agree with the cops. This is an absolute waste of police resources. This is money and resources that the police department could have been used anywhere else in Melbourne, instead of a whole bunch of masked vandals or Antifa turning up and wanting to disrupt someone else's event because they do not like what the person has said. Ironically, then going through and calling Lauren a fascist while they're the ones trying to shut down her free speech. The irony is not lost on anybody else, I tell you. Look, at the end of the day, yeah, Antifa, you are the fascist. You are the fascist here. You do realise that, right? That you don't have the moral high ground on this argument. You are losing the argument everywhere. But regardless, look, at the end of the day, I would have liked to seen the police on the street. I would have liked to seen the police patrolling Melbourne and keeping the general public safe, not stopping Antifa from trying to disrupt a speaking engagement where people pay good money. And I'm sorry, but if you find that controversial, then yeah, I don't know what to say. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you believe that police resources would have been better off used elsewhere? Do you think that Lauren Southern should have to pay this $70,000, or do you think she should tell them to go and jump? Do you think the $70,000 fine should go to the Antifa, who are the protesters who turned up to this event to protest it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great day and enjoy.